No Chill Sports is an unapologetic, high-energy sports show where opinions fly fast and facts hit hard. The views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the hosts and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of any affiliated networks, sponsors, or partners. Content may include passionate debates, bold predictions, and unfiltered takes that some viewers may find intense or controversial. Listener discretion is advised. If you're looking for chill, this ain't the place.
Hey, welcome back to another hot episode of the Rant with Pough Ant, where the mic stays hot, the takes are bold, the truth is unfiltered, no scripts, just two voices bringing the heat with heart, real, raw, and unapologetically honest. What's good with you, my boy?
Man, what's up with it, dog?
Hey, can't complain too much. We was talking the other night, and I told you I was excited because I had got a new lawnmower, or I was looking, the electric lawnmower. Well, I ran into my first problem. Cut the backyard. Battery died, so I put it on the charger. In between that time, it rained. So I got a big old square of grass in my backyard because the battery died. Yeah.
Okay.
I still win. I still I wouldn't get rid of it. Think it was an excellent choice. So, but yeah, man. That was that. We in the, I realized also we started talking more, at least posting more about football. This is the worst time of year. College baseball is done. You got Major League Baseball, which if you're a Major League Baseball fan, you like cool, but most of everybody like nah. Yeah. Shoot, even hockey, bro. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Stanley Cup was over. It's like, yeah. So, but I'm excited. College football getting ready to come out. We're gonna talk about that. We do got some, you know what I'm saying, news coming out of.
Got me in here watching soccer, bro. That's how bad it
is. we got news came out. NBA is doing their best. Now I will say, I'll take that back. WNBA has been very entertaining. It's been very entertaining as of late. And so hold on.
It's been all right. WNBA as an Aces fan, I'm not too thrilled with this season so far, but we'll see how it plays out. But it's been some good basketball being played on that side though, for sure.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna talk to you about that. I wasn't gonna mess with you about it. First thing I was like, it's early in the season, still kind of early.
It ain't kind of early no more. It's getting to
I was trying to be optimistic for you. It was looking, yeah. There's a lot of people talking about young Angel Reese, and she has shown up and looked real offensive lately.
She balled today.
Yeah, she did. And without Cardoza too, which Cardoza's doing the Where is it? World Cup, World Game, basketball FIBA.
Cardoso was there today.
I didn't think she was. I thought she was out for like the next couple weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So
Maybe that press conference. I ain't watched the game, but maybe that press conference I saw was an old press conference clip. So.
oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, it's been good, man. Been enjoying it, but yeah, Carmela Cardoza, is she out?
Yeah, she didn't play today, so yeah, you're right. She didn't.
Yeah, she out. I think she out for like a week or two, or 2 weeks, something like that. But man, let's go ahead and get to it, man. Get on and talk about some of these topics. But first, you know what we gotta do. We gotta give a shout out to our sponsors. Sponsors, plural. Shout out to Dubby. Dubby is a powdered energy drink aimed at gamers and individuals seeking focus and energy. It's known for its clean ingredients, no jitters, and various flavors. Dubby achieves its. I'm sorry, I got it all messed up. Dubby is available in a hydration formula for those needing electrolytes. Dubby achieves its smooth, effective focus with a high-end tasting experience while you using no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Try Dubby today by scanning the QR code on screen or visit them on the web at bit.ly/no-chill-dubby. Dubby, your taste buds' favorite energy drink. Also, big shout out to Kelly Creations. Kelly Creations. Looking to bring vision to life, whether it's screen printing, embroidery, or custom picture tees, Kelly Creations has you covered. From bold logos to photo perfect prints, nobody does it better than Donald D.K. Kelly, the mastermind behind the magic. Give him a call today at 225-202-2625 or shoot him an email at kellycreations225@gmail.com. And hey, tell them No Chill Sports sent you. You might just get that extra touch of heat. Kelly Creations. Nobody does it better. But yeah.
Glad to have DK on board with us, man.
Man, he been doing so much for us. We get our shirts and stuff and banners. He always hook us up, so it's only right that we partner with him. But man, let's go ahead and get to it, man. First up on the agenda, Texas State. Texas State is leaving to join the Pac-12. Well, at least it's not finalized, but should be finalized soon.
The Mountain West.
Texas State is in the final steps of accepting the invitation to the Pac-12, and as it has initiated the process for calling for Board of Regents meeting on Monday to complete the move. This was confirmed by ESPN. So on and so on and so on. They already notified Sunbelt. But this is where I want to go with this. This is about to trigger more than just them moving, because the Sunbelt is going to want to backfield. I know your man Fox has been on this train talking about this for a while, and said that La Tech looks like a obvious replacement, but there's been a lot of pushback and a lot of fight with this. So what's your thoughts?
Well, I'm gonna defend Fox, and I'm not saying you're saying this, but I don't think Fox ever said that it was guaranteed that Louisiana Tech would be the replacement, or that they should be or anything like that. I think Fox was. Well, I know Fox was saying what he had been told by multiple people within this situation on multiple different affiliations, not just one school or one side, and if the opportunity arose for Louisiana Tech to enter the Sun Belt, that there would be interest on both sides, as in
Mhm.
Louisiana Tech wanting to go to the Sun Belt and people inside the Sun Belt wanting ULM to come. I mean, Louisiana Tech to come, whether that be ULM, ULL, Southern Miss, whoever it is, that there would be people on board with Louisiana Tech joining the conference. I still think that is the case. I still think that there is interest on Louisiana Tech side of joining the Sun Belt, and I think that there are schools within the Sun Belt who would want Louisiana Tech to be a part of the conference. I think the schools who are pushing back are schools like Marshall, who are on the eastern side of the conference, and they seem to want East Carolina or Western
Mhm.
Kentucky to be the new member of the Sun Belt. And for obvious reasons, less travel for them, all that kind of stuff. So I've seen the argument that you don't need 3 teams in Louisiana in the conference. I mean, cool. Either way it go, bro, you're probably gonna have to travel to Louisiana, Marshall. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, bro. So I it makes sense. It makes sense for Louisiana Tech to join the Sun Belt for the regionality reasons. Less travel, save money to travel, all that kind of stuff. But also, as we go into this new era of college football, where in college sports, college athletics, period, I think the more regional rivalries you have, like for instance, in this situation, Louisiana Tech playing ULL or ULM or Southern Miss every year, it it gets more buy-in from your fan base to where, you know what I'm saying, that they can help these small schools try to compete in this new era of college football, because all of these smaller schools are opting into the revenue sharing. Cool. Do they got 20.5 million to share? Probably not. They're gonna share what they can though, right?
Mhm.
But if you got a fan base that's more generous and more bought in, they're donating more to the athletic department. What you're able to give to these players now goes up a little bit, so now you can compete a little bit more. See what I'm saying? I think that being in a league like the Sun Belt does that for Louisiana Tech more than Conference USA does. Not to mention, if you're Louisiana Tech, the sport you're going all in for, like you're pushing all your chips to the table, is baseball. Conference USA had one team. Well, no, they had two, but one at so I guess it wasn't what, but perennially the Sun Belt gets multiple teams in every year. Conference USA might, but it's Dallas Baptist as the at-large bid or nobody else. You're not really getting an at-large bid if you're anybody else other than Dallas Baptist in Conference USA. But we saw Coastal get a regional host. You know what I mean? We saw Southern Miss get a regional host, and Troy should have made the tournament. That was like the first 4 out. So it's a better baseball league, hands down. I mean, yeah, they don't have a DBU, I guess, you know what I mean? But Coastal got a national championship. Southern Miss is good every year. So I feel like it's a better baseball league, and you got more regional rivalries. You got less travel. It's just a no brainer if you're Louisiana Tech. And if you're the other schools in the state, like ULM and ULL, same reason. You know what I mean? Like, you want that Tech game on the schedule. You don't want to have to travel to Western Kentucky if you can travel to Louisiana Tech. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes more sense, not only in terms of financially, but the rivalries that you would bring back, and the what those rivalries would do for your fan base and your budgets and things like that. You're gonna have more people at a game if it's Louisiana Tech versus ULL than you are if it's East Carolina and ULL. You know what I'm saying? It's just.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I'm doing one or two things if I'm the Sun Belt. And I understand Marshall's plight. But if I'm the Sun Belt, I'm doing one or two things. I'm taking La Tech or I'm taking a team in Florida because that's the only place you don't have a team.
But who in Florida are you taking?
That's the question.
There's really nobody in Florida, in my opinion, who would be interested.
That's part of the so that's why I
like the East Carolina thing. I
can see that. I can understand it,
but does all right? So it's a money issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this, but I would assume that the American Conference, which East Carolina is in, has a better TV deal than the Sun Belt does.
I'm not sure about that because if I'm not mistaken, and I learned a lot of this from doing the whole recruiting. The Sun Belt follows a lot of because a lot of these smaller conferences pair up with other larger conference P4 conferences. The Sun Belt pairs up with the SEC, so they may not get necessarily the same TV slots, but they are pretty much.
I'm talking about money-wise.
Yeah, I get it. I know. But I'm saying
it don't matter when you play. It matters how much you making off what you like.
Yeah.
That's what the schools care about. Let's like Louisiana Tech play on Tuesdays because that's what kind of got them more money in the comp. Like they don't care when they play. It's about whatever make them more money. Yeah. And so like I don't know what the Sun Belt TV deal is, but I would assume the Americans is better. So I don't see approximately $2.5 million for the Sun Belt. I don't see East Carolina leaving to go to the Sun Belt if they're making more money in the American Conference. So that just leaves Western Kentucky and Louisiana Tech. Oh yeah, American Conference is like $7 million per year per school. So they're not leaving that. You know what I mean? Like, so Louisiana Tech or Western Kentucky, and I think there's more people on board with Louisiana Tech than Western Kentucky at this point. And I'm not saying it makes Louisiana Tech a lock. I just think that they have more people on their side because they got 3 legit rivals in the conference already.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking up these, trying to see if I can find these revenues because it'll give you the it's not necessarily giving you it's give you the Power 4 conference deal, but not the.
Like,
yeah,
I see at least 7 million because, like, it say Memphis got 8.3 million in 23. Memphis, my bad. Temple got 8.3 million in 22-23, and Memphis got 11 million in 2024. So like that's way more than what you get from the Sun Belt, bro.
Yeah. This might help. Sunbelt is 7. Conference USA is 4.4. American is I don't know if that's right. Oh, that's not per school. That is, but I don't know if this is how right this is. Well, actually, they say this came from Jay Billis or whatever. It was a tweet. Hold on, let's see if I put it on the screen. I don't know how true this is. Oh, this is from 2023. So this is old, but through 2031, the Sun Belt will get $7 million to split among. So that can't be right.
No, it can't be 7 million. Nah,
that can't be right. So that's
what I seen has the Sun Belt having 53 million and America having 68 million. But either way, I don't know. I don't know if it's out of Louisiana Tech and Western Kentucky to me, but I would get a nod to Louisiana Tech.
yeah. Honestly, everything you spoke of about the rivalries and stuff, I think it helps because if I'm not mistaken, before Southern Miss came to the Sun Belt, they were in conference with La Tech, so there's another rivalry renewed.
Yep.
La Tech and ULM, that's down the street. You know what I'm saying?
30 minutes.
That's literally that I people would jump at the chance to attend those games, and that's like a built-in rivalry. That's just like when South Alabama finally got a football team and they started playing Troy. I mean, they're miles apart, but that is a rivalry that like no other.
Yeah.
So yeah. And having multiple teams in the conference, and when the Big 12 was in the heyday, you had Texas, what was it? Texas A&M,
But
Texas
see
Tech.
that was a regional conference though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but
No more. So Marshall up there being up there in West Virginia don't want to have to. They'd rather travel to Kentucky than Louisiana. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's enough on them.
I get it.
Yeah. But speaking of conferences and everything, I don't know if you saw this. Sacramento State is fighting to be in the FBS, and basically their appeal was denied. So I was reading through this and looking at it. Basically, they're moving to the Big West Conference in all sports except for football because the Big West doesn't have football, and so they're independent. So they're trying to go to the FBS as an independent.
Not happening.
And they're being denied. Just about everything they've done, they said they've met all the requirements, or they meet all the requirements, but they keep getting pushed back or they keep getting shut down.
They're making it harder to make that jump, bro. Which is why Delaware and them made that jump when they did. Like Kennesaw, that's why Kennesaw made the jump when they, you know what I'm saying? All these other teams making the jump, that's why they did it, because they making it harder to do. I don't know why, but I don't think, and besides, I know what they trying to do at Sacramento State. I get it. They got some names over there. They got some flashy recruits over there in multiple sports. You know, multiple big names over there. For some of these programs, but I don't think they're ready for FBS just yet.
Yeah, I agree. Man, I'm sorry, everybody in the chat. People were talking to us and telling us about the what's call it, and about the Sun Belt and Paul. So my apologies. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. I thought that they were already in talks with the Pac 6-pack to get over there with them, 8-pack, whatever it was. So
if you're the Pac-12 and you, all right, like this without Sacramento State for a second. if you the Pac-12, you legitimately were a power conference 2 years ago. Like, you trying to get back to where you were 2 years ago. Taking Sacramento State is not going to help your cause and getting to be the 5th power conference again. Like, honestly, Texas State ain't helping your cause, if we want to be honest. So why would we take, no disrespect to Texas State, but why would we take Sacramento State? Like, they an FCS program. That's not helping us become a power program. Like, I think Texas State has a hell of a football coach over there, bro. A hell of a football coach. Like, I think they got a Power 5 coach on their hands, and it's not if but when. And I think that they can compete with some of the teams that the Pac-12 has brought into the conference already. I'm just speaking when you talk like name recognition, people don't think Texas State power conference. You know what I mean? Like, that's like UTSA type. You know what I mean? To school, to where they don't really think power conference with that. Like Boise, I could kind of see. You know, the UNLV, I could kind of see. You know what I mean? Like, but now we getting to the point where you add mid majors, and I think it's hurting your cause for you trying to regain your claim to being the 5th power conference.
Yeah. Who was that just said some? Oh no, it wasn't on here. I think it was our good friend BJ made the comment. I've got to think they've got to add another Texas school in there somewhere, but who? Who do you add? Because you don't have any. You're not appealing anymore.
I mean, and I don't know if you would do that. Like, I would say DBU, but I don't see that happening.
I could do that for baseball, but
that's what I'm saying. It don't help you in football.
I would have said, now, had this been a few years ago, you missed out on Texas, I'm maybe looking at Texas Tech or somebody like, well, not TCU. I don't think TCU makes sense there. But yeah, I may would have looked at like Texas Tech to try to bring you in.
I get what you're saying. I agree. Like, when you first struck out on Texas, you probably should have done that. But I don't see Texas Tech and Texas State being in the same conference.
Yeah, no. I'm saying I would not have done. I'm saying before even looking at Texas State
that's
back in the day. Yeah.
But now that Texas State is in the, like, I don't see TCU or Texas Tech or Baylor or SMU saying like, yeah, I'll be.
The biggest thing, because the problem with it now is you, even with the teams that vacated the Pac-12 to go to the Big 12, they still kept regionality in a sense, because you still have Arizona, Utah. I mean, granted, I know they're not close, but they're close enough. You got Arizona State, Colorado, so those teams are at least are in a decent vicinity of each other to, for their travels. You got all the Texas teams that are there together. It makes that made more sense than all the stuff we saw, because I would have even understood if the California and the other West Coast teams would have joined the Big 12. That made more sense to me. Now you've got those teams, the LA squads, Oregon, Washington in the Big 10. It didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I
mean, you got UCF, Cincinnati, and West Virginia in the Big 12.
It doesn't make sense. I get it. I could have seen more of UCF in
I mean,
West Virginia in the
UCF and Arizona being in the same conference ain't no different than ain't no
no,
different
I agree.
than the LA schools being in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I agree, but it's
Yeah,
just
you still got literally coast to coast.
yeah.
So I mean, it's all like the SEC, the only one who regional at this point, bro.
And the AC, well, no, the ACC got the other California squads too.
ACC
So
and they got SMU. Like there ain't nothing Atlantic about SMU.
that's true.
So I mean, it's
Hmm.
if you're saying the Pac-12 has to add another Texas school, the only Texas schools that you can add are literally like North Texas and Rice
UTEP,
and
UTSA.
UTSA.
Well,
Like
no, they are. UTSA is already going over there. Supposed to be, if I'm not, I think. Sure, I
so,
forgot who I was supposed. Yeah, but yeah,
I just like that's and UTSA is in the American Conference, so no, they're in the Conference USA. Yeah, never mind. But yeah, I just don't know, bro. I don't see it.
no, I think they UTSA conference. No, they're in American.
Okay, yeah. So they go. I don't know what kind of TV deal the Pac-12 got, but they're gonna leave that money that they're getting in the American.
It makes no sense to go there now because you're not. There's not a good. What's called? You playing on the CW?
That's what I'm
You
saying.
playing you? Yeah,
We gonna get UTEP.
yeah. It makes no sense.
They ain't talking to say so. I mean,
yeah. Man, moving on. We mentioned it at the top. EA Sports, college football is on its way back. It drops the July 16th. Early release is July 10th. Some of the features they've updated on there. One of the biggest thing, coaching carousel, which made so much sense to me the way they did this. Basically, now they said they're making it so you'll be notified when coaches leave. You can make it more competitive so coaches don't leave. You can add things called forever home, where your coordinators are less likely to leave for another job. Deal sweetener, where your coordinators are more likely to accept your job offer. Cream of the crop, which increases the caliber of coordinators available for you to hire. It's just a lot more rebalanced for that logic. So that's some of the features that they mentioned that made a lot more sense to me. Also, there was some things they added for the road to glory, and of course adding back the high school to that was big, which I thought was big. Dylan was talking to me the other day. He said, "You know what the best Madden?" I said, "What?" He said, "Madden 21." He said, "Because Madden 21, you can play in high school, you can play in college, and then go to the pros." And so now they're adding that high school aspect back to the college side. So I think it's gonna be dope. He said July 7th early release.
Yeah, July 7th.
Oh, I thought it was July. When the game come out then?
And
So the game come out July 10th. Oh, you know what July 16th is? You know, I know what that is. I'm tripping. That's media day. My bad.
Yeah, because mine said July 7th. So
yeah, I'll make sure I have it. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. Appreciate that, Nord.
I mean, I like the coaching thing. I gotta play it to really like it sound good, but in theory, but you know what I mean? Like how realistic are some of these deals gonna have to be? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just and then I feel like I need more of the actual gameplay to be fixed in certain areas than things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They fixed the interception. You can no longer they have to be looking at you to catch the interception. You just can't throw it and they just, you know what I'm saying, if they're in the area, they can put their hands up and get an interception. So
yeah,
makes more sense.
that's part of it, but like I don't know. I just feel like you had dudes who was supposedly great offensive linemen getting bull rushed every play. You know what I'm saying? It just certain stuff just didn't seem very like accurate to me. But I get it. I'm the nerd who actually wants that stuff to have to make sense and stuff where everybody else don't really care about things like that. So hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's good. The deep dive and stuff is out there. Yeah, no, and I'm happy too. I thought I thought about at media day sitting up on our table, having PlayStation, have people come over and play while we interview. when nobody ever leave our table. But nah, I ain't gonna do that. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting though. Now we got some of the juicy stories. NBA trades and deals, man. There has been a lot of movement in the NBA as of late. The last I saw, people are losing their minds. Somebody created a fake. LeBron signed or this I forgot what he did with the 1 year, and now he's talking about he's weighing his option because he want to know what the roster gonna look like next year. Somebody made a fake tweet that Bronny opted out or something. Yeah, it's crazy. Biggest trade so far for you though?
Kevin Durant. I mean, it's been some other trades, but it ain't really been no other major trade. Like Drew Holiday got traded for Simons. That was a pretty big trade. I think that's a good pickup for the Celtics. They got a little younger, a little better offensively without Tatum next year. The Pelicans traded CJ and Olynyk for Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey. Okay, it is. Now we got two dudes who I'm gonna be quiet. We got two dudes who love the women now, I guess, between Zion and Jordan Poole. Can't keep nothing courtside, or they're gonna be fighting over the ball. But I don't really know what that trade really means much. What that traded.
He didn't get traded. Now this one he didn't get traded, but shout out to Nas Reed, signed a 5-year, 125.
Nas signed his deal. Jabari Smith got a deal with Houston.
Julius Randle
got another deal. Austin Reeves declined his extension or his player option. No, I think he turned down the extension, so he'll be free agent next year.
Right.
Harden
just signed or re-signed us.
Somebody else. Oh yeah, Finney Smith turned down. He declined his player option, so he's gonna be a free agent. But yeah, I think the Durant thing is the biggest one by far. I think Houston needed that. They needed to do because they got some good young talent with like Amen Thompson, Jabari, Tari Eason, Sengun. But now they got a dude who in the fourth quarter, clutch time, late game, playoff games, whatever, that you can go get me a bucket. You know what I mean? Like you got that guy on your team. Jalen Green was supposed to be that guy, but it just didn't seem like he was ready yet. But now you got a guy who you know can do that. He he just don't fit the timeline, so it's kind of weird. But if you're trying to win now, I mean, hey, I guess go all in for it.
Yeah. Another big story came out today. Malik Beasley.
Got to be careful.
Malik Beasley is now under investigation for gambling, or allegations of gambling in the NBA. Say it came from his time when he was with the Milwaukee Bucks, but this didn't make sense to me. I get why they kind of linked it, but said a gambling industry source pointed to a game between the Bucks and the Trailblazers, January 31st, 2024. The odds on Beasley recording fewer than 2.5 rebounds moved significantly at a sports book before the game, shortening from around plus 120 to around minus 250. Due to the surge of action on the under, Beasley, said Beasley finished with 6 rebounds, and the bets that were deemed unusual lost. An investigation is not a charge, is what his attorney said. But it was just, I get it. Well, sometimes, because it was a Netflix doc that came out recently about Arizona State had a scandal like this, point shaving scandal, and kind of explain how it worked and what the kids would do. And then when greed gets involved, that's when people get caught. And I'm just looking at this. I get it. A lot of people put for 2.5, but for it to just, he got 6. It's just like, I don't know.
I don't think it's necessarily the fact that the money didn't hit. It's the fact you had that many people bet under rebound prop that you moved the line from plus 120 to minus 250. You know how much money you gotta bet, dog?
Yeah, I do.
Much.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that's the big bet. Like, and that's the thing. Like, if you in the game, but you just not gonna catch the ball if it come to you, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I ain't saying he tried to screw them people. I'm just saying I could see how it still hit, even though I mean how it didn't hit even. But it's to me what caught my eye was you going from plus 120 to 250. That's insane.
Yeah. That is wild. It's just
get paid too, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's going to be interesting to see, man. It's just another scandal in the NBA behind something like that. Hopefully, it gets cleared up. I hope for his sake, because he had a phenomenal year last year. I hope for his sake that he gets found, not responsible, not guilty, or whatever. So, but he was just, from what I just saw, and unless that was a fake, he was just arrested.
I think that's fake.
Yeah, said somebody he turned himself in or something. But other than that, man, you got anything else?
Nah, I'm good, man. Unless you want to talk WNBA, but I'm good.
Hey, I don't mind talking WNBA. I've been watching a few games, man. Been keeping up.
Who your all-star team?
Feast is an obvious.
Did you vote?
I didn't vote. I didn't vote. I was going to vote and didn't. I didn't vote.
Who you say?
So I would have had. I agree with Nafis being a cap, and I understand why Caitlin Clark's a captain. I understand the fan vote stuff, but yeah. I think some of the obvious names. The Feast. Who else? Enrique has been good. Satu has been good so far this season. I think Asia should be on there. I'm trying to think who else. It's somebody else who's been surprising.
So I tell you my 5 that I picked. So I picked Alicia Gray from Atlanta. I picked Skylar Diggins. I picked Fee. I picked Asia. And I picked Angel. That was my 5.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put Brianna on there, but I don't know how you could put Brianna on.
Yeah. 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 I kind of what's old girl? Is it Jacqueline?
Tamara Jones.
Yeah.
Jacqueline Jones.
Yeah.
She been in the season.
But who would you take off though? That's the problem. I can see her being an all-star, not necessarily.
Yeah, that's what I see. I could justify. That's just like putting either any other guard over Alicia or Skylar. I couldn't do
it. Yeah. Saw a rumor that they might be bringing an NHL team to New Orleans.
I believe it and I see it. I don't think it's big enough to support.
What would your team name be?
I like the Voodoo.
That's the obvious name for me, but it's.
I like the brass, like with a brass band. Since we can't be brass, thanks to Utah, bitch ass. But
I think they need to change. You know how Charlotte got their name, the Hornet name back?
Yeah, I know, because we gave it back to them because we nice enough to do that when we know it don't.
Jazz should send that name back. Y'all should be like, I keep telling people they should be like the Snowcaps hockey team, the Utah
Yetis.
Mammoth.
Yeah, or the Yetis or something. You know what I mean?
Rougarou, I do like that.
Rougarou is nice too, but yeah, I would be the Voodoo or the Brass or low key. I think there's more arena footballish though, like the Crew, like KREWE.
Oh yeah,
like the Mardi Gras Crew, like you know what I'm saying. That's arena football.
I'm gonna tell you one I thought of. New Orleans Jesters.
I can.
Or no, I'm gonna tell you when because I actually had when I did.
Jester sound like a soccer name, like a soccer team.
So I'm gonna tell you, me and Dylan have created teams on NBA 2K.
No, DK, no.
I'm gonna tell you some of the one of the names I had, but I actually had mine because of Mobile, but I could see New Orleans doing it for the Reveillees.
Yeah.
And I think Dylan did one like crawfish or something like that. Some like red tails or something like that, but it was like crawfish.
My mic cover just fell out.
Yeah, it's been hanging on for like 2 shows. I had an over under how long it was gonna last. But
I just put it back on before the show. I don't know what happened. But
yeah. But nah, man. I don't know. That's interesting though. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't see it coming though. Like I don't think the city big enough to support 3 pro teams.
I mean, technically they ain't supporting one right now, so
Now they still support the Pelicans.
I wasn't talking about them.
Oh, they gonna always. You ain't gotta worry about that. They could be 0-16. There's still gonna be people at the games. That's what pissed me off so bad is that I try to get people to boycott the game so it can hit the owner in the pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like so you can feel that sting of nobody going to the games. But hey, when we suck, people be like, "Well, this the only time I can go to the game, you know, because tickets so cheap, so I'm gonna go." Hey man, you defeating the purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's all I got, man. We'll get ready to get up out here. DK, you came in. I don't know if you was in here earlier. If you saw your ad, you have to go back and watch the beginning of the show. But if you didn't, throw it up there just so you can see. Got you hooked up, got you right. Y'all go out there and check out. I go ahead and read it again for them. Just in case. If you're looking to bring your vision to life, whether it's screen print, embroidery, or custom picture tees, Kelly Creations has you covered. From bold logos to photo perfect prints, nobody does it better than Donald D.K. Kelly, the mastermind behind the magic. Give him a call today at 225-202-2625 or shoot him an email at kellycreations225@gmail.com. And hey, tell him No Chill Sports sent you. You might just get that extra touch of heat. Kelly Creations, nobody does it better. Own house for you, DK. But I'm just going ahead and get up out of here, man. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow. What I'm gonna give y'all sports wise tomorrow. We'll be back later this week. I'm sure especially if something happens. We'll see. If not, we might have to do a Bayou recap later this week. Figure out something. See what kind of movement we get. But other than that, man, we will see y'all at another time. And let me get the music going. Appreciate y'all for tuning in like that. We